This is the first time for me reviewing a Norda shoe on the channel. And hopefully not the last one, because spoiler alert, this is quite nice. Hey everyone, and welcome back on the channel. My name is Alex. In today's video, we are reviewing something very different. It's a special animal. It's a rare animal, if you will. This is the Norda 002, a trail running shoe coming from Norda, a Canadian boutique brand that was kind enough to send us some shoes for testing. 002, this is a lower stacked, closer to the ground, more agile, more aggressive shoe for trail running. They also have the OG 001, a shoe with a bit more stack height, and a shoe that's also meant for maybe longer runs on more technical terrains. This is definitely a shoe meant to go a bit faster, be a bit more agile, like I said, and have that ground feel a bit more in your running. Let's look at the specs of this shoe. And let's already address the price point. It's an expensive shoe, but I think I'm not trying to justify it on behalf of Norda. There's some good reasons for it to be a bit more expensive than other shoes on the market. $275, that's for the price point. Out of the way, we can discuss the value at the end of this video. But looking at the stack height, we have 19 millimeters in the heel, 15 in the forefoot. That's, I suspect, without the outsole and without the insole. The outsole is 5 millimeters, the insole is 5 millimeters. If you add up the insole and the outsole to that 19, you get 29 millimeters, which feels a bit more like what I experienced. I would have said probably 25, but let's go at 29 and then 25 in the forefoot for that 4 millimeters drop. So, 4 millimeters coming with the pros and cons of a lower drop, but definitely something you can feel and you can experience in the running. Let's look at the upper, the fit. This is a Biodyneema upper, an upper that is meant to be scratch resistant, very durable, a very high quality. Biodyneema is just a bio version of Dyneema, but Dyneema is known for super high level premium uppers, and this is definitely one of them. You can feel the material is sturdy, it will be durable, it will last forever, it will be probably excellent against rocks, against sharp objects, sharp terrains. So that upper, I think, is already one reason to justify the price point, but also is a very nice addition to this shoe and something that puts it already in a premium category. That being said, the drawback of the Dyneema upper is the breathability. This is not a breathable upper by any means. I ran with this shoe in different conditions, in some warmer weather in Spain a few weeks ago, around 25 degrees Celsius. My feet were boiling inside this shoe. I also ran in fall European conditions around 10 degrees Celsius, and that was much better, but it was also a short run of about 45 minutes. If I were to go with this shoe for 2-3 hours on the trails, I might as well have a new pair of socks, a fresh pair of socks in my trail bag, just because otherwise I think, personally, I'm a heavy sweater and my feet are also sweating. And when I have a non-breathable upper like this one, it's actually quite nice if it's very cold in the winter because it protects your feet. They're not too exposed to the harsh conditions of the winter. But if it's mild, warm, very warm, then it becomes a swimming pool, and that's not what you want in a running shoe. The rest of it is almost perfect for me. I would probably call the tongue slightly too long, and as you can see, it wrinkles a bit at the top. It could be 2-3 millimeters shorter, and that would be even better for me. The main thing, but if you buy your shoes on the Norda websites or at a run specialty store, your attention will be drawn to it. The length of the shoe is not what you're used to in other brands, meaning that you need to size up half a size at least, maybe even a full size. I went half a size up and it worked for me. But if I were to run a longer trail, 2, 3, 4 hours, I would probably go a full size up just to have a bit more wiggle room at the front of the shoe for the descents, to avoid having black toenails at the end of my run. But once you do that, if you go half up, then the fit is really brilliant, really comfortable. The tongue is gusseted. It feels natural. I'm actually using this shoe today, to be honest, as a travel shoe, recovery day shoe. If I'm going to the post office and if I know that afterwards I need to run for half an hour, I'm gonna put this shoe on because it works just super well to go to the post office and just change, go for a run all together with one shoe. It's actually quite pleasant. The nice touch in the upper part is that eTPU insole, and we're not discussing insoles enough because brands are actually not paying attention enough to the insoles. This basically is an eTPU, so very soft and actually quite thick insole, which definitely adds comfort and plushness in the ride of the shoe. The midsole itself, I would say, is EVA, if I'm not mistaken. It's not a super hard EVA, it's actually a medium cooked EVA, but what sits under your foot in this shoe, that eTPU insole, is definitely adding comfort, a bit of bounciness as well, but mostly comfort, a bit of cushion and a bit of relief, because this shoe is closer to the ground and you will feel the ground, which is nice on the one hand, but can also be taxing after a few hours. So that eTPU insole is definitely a nice touch. Speaking of the midsole, it's close to the ground, yes, and that's what I actually really enjoyed in the shoe. It's been a while I haven't run in a shoe that sits so low to the ground, that makes you experience the ground so much. I didn't go anything too technical with the shoe. I mostly ran on, let's call it gravel. It was in Spain, I did 2 trail runs with the shoe. One of them was fairly flat, the other one had a bit of uphills, downhills, and the feeling of having something close to the ground made me want to go fast, made me want to accelerate, made me kind of one with the shoe, against the terrain, against the course, or with the terrain, whatever you want to call it. After running so much in max cushion shoes, they have many advantages, many drawbacks as well, but they're one thing. And then this is completely different, and I kind of missed it, because obviously like 5 years ago, most shoes were like this. Obviously not so well made, not so well executed, not so high quality, not so premium, but this type of stack height, this type of ride, and I missed it. This shoe brought it back. I liked it. It wasn't perfect, because again, like I said, the upper wasn't breathable enough for me. I kind of would have liked to have slightly higher drop as well, but that's my personal preferences. But the way it rides, what it offered was pleasant, was different, quite aggressive, quite versatile, low to the ground. I kind of missed all of these features combined together in one product. Outsole, Vibram, light base, and mega grip. I think it speaks for itself. I know Esther, another tester from the Meta Endurance team, is writing about this shoe as we speak, and she had some struggles with the outsole, but she's also running in very different conditions in the Alps, and she struggled a bit with the outsole. I'm really looking forward to read her take, and I do recommend you to go on the website. There's a link in the description to this review if you want to know more about other testers in the team. Myself, I didn't have any issues with the outsole. I actually found it very reliable on the terrain I ran on, and as you can see, the last one was probably something fairly green, because I still have some grass left on my outsole. Value for money, $275. Yes, it's expensive. You are buying a premium product and you are also helping a boutique brand to grow. I'm struggling a bit because I kind of like this product, and I would try to incentivize people to go check their shoes, try them out, and maybe purchase them. On the other hand, I know it's a lot of money, and I also need to have this in the back of my mind when assessing the value of this shoe. So yeah, overall, I would call it a high price point that has some justifications, and that I probably would see some people spending just because of what this product offers. And also because these people would also probably want to help a small brand growing and expanding their offer as well, which they do. I'm really grateful that they sent some shoes, because I also got to experience what they mean and what they do in the trail industry. Thanks a lot for watching. Let's link to another trail shoe review. Enjoy your run today, enjoy your ride, and go beyond your limits. I will see you in the next one.